Igneous rocks are generally compact and do not get eroded rapidly. They, therefore, make good building materials. Granite, basalt, gabbro, feldspar, pumic, and scoria are examples of these rocks. Ores of most of the metallic minerals are associated with igneous rocks. Characteristics of igneous rocks. These rocks are hard, massive, and compact. These rocks are formed by the cooling and hardening of the earth material. All igneous rocks are crystalline in nature and their size depends upon the rate of cooling of lava and magma. Igneous rocks do not have layers and do not contain fossils. These rocks are not easily weathered because there are no pores, so water cannot easily enter. Now the next is sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed through consolidation of sediments deposited in water bodies like rivers, lakes and seas. The sediments are derived by denudation of the rocks by agents of erosion like rivers, glaciers, winds and waves. These agents of erosion carry the eroded particles of rocks to the water bodies and deposit them there. Such deposited material is called sediment. Sediment contains loose particles of gravel, sand, silt and clay in various proportions. Over a period of time, a significant thickness of sediments accumulates and it gets consolidated or compacted to form hard rocks. The consolidation of sediments takes place due to pressure of overlying materials and presence of cementing substances like lime. As they are formed through the process of sedimentation, the rocks formed in this manner are called sedimentary rocks. They are also called secondary or derived rocks as they are derived from other rocks. The sedimentary rocks contain layers and they are generally soft. They can be scratched easily. Most of them are porous and permeable. Very often the remains of plants and animals may get preserved in the layers of sediment. Some remains are called fossils. Now the characteristics of sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are found in layers, so they are known as stratified rocks. Strata means layer. Most of these rocks contain fossils. Sedimentary rocks have pores in which water can easily enter. They do not have any type of crystals. These rocks are prone to weathering because these are soft. Now the meaning of fossils. Remains of plants and animals trapped in the layers of rocks. Now the third is metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are formed through the process of metamorphism. The term metamorphism means alteration or transformation. Metamorphism may involve both physical as well as chemical changes in the characteristics of the pre-existing rocks. Metamorphism of rocks takes place when they are subjected to high temperature or pressure. Due to extreme pressure generating heat or by coming in contact with volcanic material. The original minerals found in a rock are altered and new minerals are formed. The joints in the rocks are pressed and often crystallization also occurs. These rocks are considered good for using as building materials as these are generally more compact, harder and bulky than the original rocks. Metamorphic rocks may have layers, but these layers are highly compressed. Generally, fossils are not found in these rocks. Most of the metamorphic rocks are impermeable. The process of metamorphism may take a very long time. Under pressure or heat, various sedimentary and igneous rocks are metamorphosed to produce new rocks. Sandstone, for example, may be changed into quartzite, limestone into marble, clay and shale into slate, granite into gneiss, basalt into schist, and coal into graphite. Metamorphic rocks are associated with a number of valuable minerals. Metallic minerals including gold and silver are often found in metamorphic rocks. Now, the characteristics of metamorphic rocks. These rocks are very hard and have close banded structure. Metamorphic rocks are formed when igneous and sedimentary rocks are transformed by the action of intense heat and pressure. The formation of metamorphic rocks takes place over a long period of time. Means due to action of pressure, volume and temperature. It means PVT. Metamorphism occurs when molten magma rising through the crust comes in contact with the crystal rocks subjected to great amount of pressure. About metamorphism rocks, already consolidated rocks undergo. It means recrystallization and reorganization materials within origin rocks, mechanical disruptions and reorganization of the original minerals within the rocks due to breaking and crushing without any chemical changes is called dynamic metamorphism. The material chemically alter and recrystallize due to thermal metamorphism. Two types of thermal metamorphism: contact metamorphism, thermal metamorphism. Contact metamorphism. Under this, the rocks come in contact with hot, intruding magma and lava, and the rock material recrystallize under high temperature. New materials from magma are added to rocks. Now next, regional metamorphism. Rocks undergo recrystallization due to deformation by tectonic shearing and high temperature, pressure or both. In some rocks minerals, grains are arranged in layers or lines called lineation or foliation. It means some rocks minerals grains are arranged in layers or lines called lineation or foliation. Sometimes minerals materials get arranged in alternative thick and thin layers appearing in light and dark shades called bending. It means rocks called bended rocks. Process of foliation and lineation. Grains, minerals arranged in layers or lines. It means foliated, then non-foliated, and after that bending. Materials of different groups in alternating thick to thin layers appearing into dark and light shades in metamorphic rocks called bending rocks. Now the next slide is rock cycle. You will be surprised to know that one type of rock changes to another type under certain conditions in a cyclic manner. This process of transformation of the rock from one to another is known as the rock cycle. You have already learnt when the molten magma cools, it solidifies to become igneous rock. These igneous rocks are broken down into small particles that are transported and deposited to form sedimentary rocks. When the igneous and sedimentary rocks are subjected to heat and pressure, they change into metamorphic rocks. The metamorphic rocks, which are still under great heat and pressure, melt down to form molten magma. This molten magma again can cool down and solidify into igneous rock. Now see carefully the diagram of rock cycle. It means rocks undergo transformation, which is a continuous process through which old rocks are transformed into new ones. Igneous rocks can be changed to metamorphic rocks. It means PVT, pressure, volume and temperature. The fragments derived out of igneous rocks and metamorphic rocks form into sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks themselves can be turned fragments and can be the source of formation of sedimentary rocks. The crustal rocks means igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic rocks once formed can be carried down to mantle by subduction process. It means melting happens and again forms into molten magma, then igneous rocks. It means igneous rocks are primary rocks because it is made from lava and magma. I think so now clear from diagram about rock cycle. It means rocks undergo a cycle of transformation often called the rock cycle. Magma rising from depths below the earth's surface produces igneous rocks. The breaking down of different types of rocks produces sediments from which sedimentary rocks are formed. Extreme heat and pressure may cause igneous and sedimentary rocks to form metamorphic rocks. When rocks are melted by heat, new magma is formed. Now the next, identification of igneous rocks. Classification of igneous rocks on the basis of occurrence, on the basis of texture, on the basis of chemical composition, on the basis of mineral composition. Now the next slide is identification of sedimentary rocks on the basis of nature of sediment. Under this, mechanically formed rocks, chemically formed rocks, and last, organically formed rocks. Next is on the basis of deposition. On the basis of deposition, there are different types of rocks, but that is not in your syllabus. Next slide is identification of metamorphic rocks. It means classification of metamorphic rocks. divided by two, foliated and non-foliated. Under foliated, rock grains are arranged parallel to layers. For example, slate form shale. Non-foliated. Under non-foliated, rock grains are arranged randomly. Example, limestone to marble. Now our next slide is metamorphosis. First is metasedimentary rocks. Second is meta-igneous rocks. It means when metamorphic rocks change into sedimentary rocks, that is called metasedimentary rocks. Under this, limestone change into marble, sandstone change into quartzite, shale change into slate, and peat change into amphibole. Then meta-igneous rocks. Meaning of meta-igneous rocks is when metamorphic rocks change into igneous rocks, that is called meta-igneous rocks. Granite change into genesis, gabbro change into serpentine, and basalt change into eclogenate. Some important questions related to this chapter. What are the important elements of the earth crust, or what are the important elements of the crust of the earth? Second, what do you mean by cleavage? Next, what is petrology? Give some examples of igneous rocks. Then, what is rock cycle? Next, what is the form of inner and outer form of the earth? Next question is, what is the root source of all types of rocks? Next, give one example of solid, liquid and gaseous form of minerals. Next, how does systematic formation of minerals take place? Next, what kind of qualities do minerals have? Next, name the minerals which are single elements. Next, name the hardest and softest mineral. Next, name the mineral which is used in asbestos industry. Next, classify the sedimentary rocks on the basis of mode of formation. Next, explain any 6 physical characteristics. Next, explain some important minerals and their characteristics. Next, rocks do not remain in their original form for long but may undergo transformation. Explain. Next, igneous rocks act as a source of all other types of rocks. Justify. And last, metallic minerals are more useful as compared to non-metallic minerals. Do you agree? Justify your answer. I guess that's the end. Have a good day.